it's me, JC, back with another Ceramic Hour live stream. So today we're just gonna work on trimming our cowboy boots. We have 5 to work on. I forgot to like dry them a bit. So we can't like just keep trimming until it's done. They're a bit, you can kind of like see it's kind of like wobbly. We can do a little bit of trimming like what we've seen here. We could even take off more, definitely on the back, and maybe like a teensy bit more on this one. And then they will dry out much faster than they are currently. The other 4 have not been like carved into at all. So that's just what we're gonna work on today. While we have a little chat. I know it's not all that exciting, but we have like these 5 cowboy boots. I have a paint palette off to the side, or not a paint palette, it's like one of the jewelry palettes, and then 4 toaster pastries. So today is just a work day. I don't want to start a new project because we have so much just kind of waiting for me to get to it. So we're just going to continue where we left off from yesterday. I think we'll do a bit more carving on the back side. Let me see. I think that is a good view, maybe. Let me get some loop tools. I think I'll just use this one because we have some pretty small little areas here on the side. And actually, I don't know if we can, maybe we can carve the sides of this. So right now you can see that it's just kind of like a right angle here, but I want to kind of like carve into it on the sides. I didn't want to do that earlier because it's just definitely too wet to do that. I'm not sure. I think maybe we can kind of do this right now. I definitely don't want to forget. I think that's working out well. Let me see if you can kind of like see a little, I don't really know what to call that. Not really a bevel. Yeah, I don't know what to call that. So let's just do that real quick on all of these sides. Actually, I think it works better if I carve it from the front. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. I don't know what we should chat about today. I feel like I've been just, I don't know, chatting about random stuff. I like to try to chat about something ceramic or art related, but I don't know, sometimes I just give some updates on what is going on here. I did not do any ceramics last night. I worked some overtime for work, and then I was just like, I brushed Queso, and then I was like, I'm gonna give him a haircut. So I gave him a haircut. And that was like, I don't know, like an hour. And then it was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, you know, I don't think we're doing ceramics today. And then I was just watching some TV. Okay, This spot is a little bit hard to carve out. Okay. I don't know. This spot over here in the corner is a little weird. I want to be kind of like careful here. Sorry, I'm like kind of like trying to focus like really hard. I'm like, I don't want to mess this up. I don't know, some spots on here are just a little bit, I feel like they need a little focus, maybe. Also, this is specifically, it's a pottery knife, so if you're wondering if this is gonna cut my finger, it's not. Just so you know. I'm pretty sure this is a fettling knife. I do know for sure my other one is, but I think this is really just like a different size one. Like I know this one for sure is a fettling knife. And this one just kind of has a lot smaller and it can do like some more detail work. I don't know. If you want to see a video of all the tools that I have, you can check that out. I have that on my YouTube at Callie & Co. if you're interested. The video actually is like both like just kind of like a tour of my workspace and just like my little setup, and then it also includes the tools that I use. I don't really feel like I've gotten many other tools since that video was made. But yeah, check it out. I can't really remember. I think it's its own video. I don't think it's... We did do a little tour in a live stream, but I think I did make it its own specific video for the channel. I'm just checking out the sides here. And then a portion of the video, I just kind of like point out all of the specific tools that I feel like are just like pretty good to have starting out, and then the other ones are just kind of it's nice to have but not something you need to have if you're like just getting into ceramics. Very helpful video there. And of course, like, I don't know, like when I went from working in an actual like ceramic studio, at least like at the university, like I don't know why, I was just like, I just had like so many questions about like how to set up like a workspace in my apartment, but like I'd never really like seen how like anybody else really did that. Like the reclaiming clay was very different there than what I do here. Really just like we took all of we had like a reclaim bin, but then that was like intermixed with like fresh clay that we were making. So it was kind of like, it was just like combined in there. And like, I don't make my own clay here. Like, I don't mix it together or anything. I just buy it at the store. So like, I don't know why that was like I don't know. I just had a lot of questions about like the reclaim part, like how do normal people do reclaim, or like definitely like dealing with the water. Like what do you do with your clay water or your glaze water? I kind of feel weird about saying that, like saying certain things, because you're not supposed to put like glaze water in the sink or like exactly just like dump it out. But I do remember like being at the university, like we would constantly be pouring like glaze water into the sink. So what I do is I have a bucket, and like I don't glaze all the time. This could totally be a different situation based off of like how much work you're putting out. I'm really just doing this like in my free time. So I'll like do some glazing, and I keep all of that like glaze water and stuff in my bucket. It's like separating, like when I'm cleaning like my brushes, I'm cleaning the glaze off of those, I'm pouring that into the bucket, or whatever, or if I'm like sponging glaze off, it's going into that bucket. And then actually realistically, it should, all of those actual glaze particles, they're not soluble in water. So actually they really should be sinking to the bottom and settling. So after a while, I was like, I think it's okay if I just took, like, I have like a turkey baster, and I just take that water off the top and put it into the sink. And I feel like that's okay. It's definitely not like to prevent it from like clogging the sink or anything. It's really just like you want to be like environmentally friendly, like putting the chemicals that are in your glazes into the sink is just kind of like bad practice in terms of like harming wildlife, like where that water is going to. But I feel like there really cannot be like that much like that I'm taking and putting in the sink. I really don't think it's like that much to be going into the water system. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then, of course, I have a separate bucket that is just like clay water, such as like my bucket for throwing. I actually have 2 buckets to go between. I don't know if you would really need 2, but it's kind of nice. And kind of like the same thing, I might just let all the clay particles settle to the bottom, and then just kind of like take the water out from the top portion or whatever. If it gets too smelly, I just simply dump it outside. I really don't think there should be anything wrong, like environmentally, with putting the clay into the ground. There's no glaze or anything in my clay buckets, my clay water buckets. Definitely let me know if you know more info about this. Leave it in the comments. I'm totally open to hearing what people say. People really do not like talk about the specifics of like how they handle this. Like, so I don't know. I'm just putting it out there on what I do. Totally open to learning. And then I do know, I have mentioned this a few times, so once I get that water out of the glaze bucket, what you can do a couple things with it. Once you kind of have like let it dry a bit, get some of that water out, you could either like keep it a little bit wet and like, I don't know, like coat a pot in it, I guess. Like if you want, it's probably gonna turn out like brown or something. That's what I've heard from people that do that. It's gonna turn out like probably like a gross color. Or like I've never done this, but I've heard this is what people do. You might take something that is kind of like a tall walled. I'm kind of sort of guessing, so definitely do your own research. So if you have, say like a cup or a bowl or a vase or something that you don't want, you can pour that glaze up, like not all the way up to the top, but like maybe like somewhere close to the top, just full of glaze, and fire it like that. And then it's safe to just throw in the trash afterwards. So those are a couple options that you can do. Third option for disposing glaze is to, I don't know like specifics on this, but like I think you like put it in like some kind of like container or something and like you could like bring it to some specific like place that handles kind of like waste. So I think you could, I don't know, maybe like look on their website, like something like waste management. But you have to pay for them to dispose of it. I mean, you have to actually pay for like regular garbage service too, though. So it's kind of like, you know, that's not even free either. And they should have some kind of like option for disposing of glaze if you want to do that. I think that might be like what studios do. Because I think it's like easier for them to like maybe manage or something. But yeah. I'm not like, I haven't been doing ceramics for like very long, but that's what I know so far. Just kind of like give you something to go off of, and like a starting point that you could continue researching or something. But yeah, if you have any more details on what I've mentioned, please feel free to leave a comment, to let everybody know, let me know too. And yeah, but yeah, I don't really, I am just like one person like doing this in my free time. So that process of like how you handle like your clay water and your glaze water could definitely be different if, you know, it's a studio, or like, I don't know, or if you're doing this full time, could definitely look a little bit different than what I do. But that's just kind of like how I handle things. Yeah, I've got my video also includes like how, like the different things I use to like store my work. I have lots of IKEA pieces because we just happen to have an IKEA here, and it's probably a lot cheaper than like anything else for buying like storage and furniture. So not sponsored or anything, but a lot of the things that I use to like store my ceramic stuff happens to be stuff from IKEA. So I don't know, maybe that can help you out if you have an IKEA near you. I think this is like, I think the back is about deep enough. Like, it's okay. I do think we could go a bit deeper. It's so, like, flimsy. It's just, like, flopping all over the place. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna accidentally put too much pressure on it, and it's just gonna crush this base that we have. I don't know. It just, I'm trying to be really careful with it. This is not typically, like, the point when you would carve into these. You would normally wait until it's a little bit more dry. But just for the sake of the video and my workflow, I feel like it's good to, like, carve some of this out of here, and then it will, like, dry much faster than just being a lump of clay here. Okay, I'm getting a little bit iffy on the back side, so I think let's do some on the front. Some carving here. I don't know what we should talk about. I'm trying to think. I've been sort of working on a video for 2024 trends to keep an eye on. I don't know, I'm really, like, pumped to put that together. I've been trying to save some examples of trends that are happening right now. And, like, I don't know. I feel like it's so, I don't know, I'm just, like, I get really excited to, like, put that kind of stuff together. At my last job, I would do, like, I think it was, like, I don't know if it was monthly. It might have been monthly, or maybe it was, like, longer than that. I don't know. But I would put together, like, a trend report and, like, talk about, there we were talking about specifically, like, design trends to watch, and, like, maybe we would incorporate it into the work that we did. For work, I'm a graphic designer, so that's what I do during the day. And then this is what I do in my free time. So, like, I don't know, like, even if it's not, like, specifically, like, design, I feel like you can take all kinds of trends and incorporate it into your work. Obviously, there are things that do not always translate from one medium to another, but I don't know, like, sometimes you can get some really interesting ideas if you look at other, like, things that are trending in other ways of making, like, other media. I don't know, let me just think of something. Is trending right now. Okay, I don't know if I can think of anything. I don't know if I can think of anything off the top of my head. I feel, like, so rushed on a video to, like, keep talking. I don't know. Anyway. There are definitely things that, like, can span, like, different media and be trending. Like, I feel like everybody's loving, like, strawberries right now. I'm not quite sure about other fruits. Like, I don't know, I kind of feel like there's like this kind of picnicky vibe maybe with like maybe cherries and oranges, kind of also trending right now. So that's obviously something that can be incorporated in all kinds of work. I'm not really, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I think I do want to do one for like, do a video on what is trending, but, I also maybe will do one on things that are phasing out. Like, they were trendy, but they might be on the decline. I don't know. I feel like I actually don't get very many comments at the moment in my videos, but I don't know. I feel like it might get lit on fire. Talking about things that like were trending and now they're not. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I feel like there's certain things that I don't know, like that might be getting overused. It's so hard to say sometimes about things because like maybe like people are like in reality like tired of seeing it, but then like at the same time you'll still see like I don't know, maybe like stores selling things with that trend, even though like people are so over it. Like sometimes it's kind of hard to gauge if it's really kind of like dead or if it's still dying. Like, where is it? Or like, is this thing trending yet? Or is it still like not quite like in the mainstream or something? Like, I don't know. It's some of it is probably a little bit hard to say, but I don't know. I still feel like it would be kind of a fun video to make, and I think like for anyone that is making work, it's worth checking out things like that. Like, what are the latest trends happening right now? It's not really, I know there's definitely people that would say like you shouldn't always just be like making things because they're trending, which is like totally valid, but I think, I don't know, I think it's like valuable to know what is trending and what isn't for anyone that's making stuff, because like definitely for things that are going like are phasing out, you really don't want to be like making things for this like old trend. You really do like want to make stuff that is current, so then you are able to sell it. So I don't know, it's not always applicable to everybody depending on the kind of thing that you make, or I don't know, maybe it's like the kind of maker that you are. Maybe it's just not applicable to like your business. Sometimes that happens, but I don't know. Totally up to you on that. But I think like some things, like what we're doing here, like I am all for like the fact that like, I don't know, very like super girly, very maybe feminist. I don't know. Kind of like cowboy stuff is coming up into popularity, and I am so here for it. Like, I love, that is literally, like, my thing. Like, that is my, like, well, I wouldn't say, like, exactly, like, anything that's, like, super feminist. I don't know about that. But I love the very, like, pink, colorful, super girly cowboy, like, icons and artwork that's coming out right now. Which is just, like, so my style. Like, just kind of, like, the style that I've kind of, like, figured out recently, that I really like. Because, like, I've always been kind of, like, I like farm stuff, but, like, can we make it modern and, like, not rustic? Like, totally get, like, farm is kind of supposed to be, like, rustic, but can we not do that? like can we make it modern, contemporary, like, fresh, like, I don't know. I love, like, the iconic, like, red barn, but I feel like in reality, if I had my own barn, it would be, like, I don't know, like, white, and, like, have, like, I don't know, a very, like, fancy trim, and, like, it would be, like, very fancy looking, like a wedding barn or something. I don't really know much about wedding barns, but, like, I feel like most of them have, like, a certain kind of, like, polish, and, like, maybe could be described as posh, possibly. Like, that whole thing, like, that is totally, like, I love that. And the fact that the fact that this is, like, trending right now is, like, so up my alley. I'm like, I have to make cowboy boot trinket dishes. Like, it's trending right now. It's totally my thing. We've got to go for it. And I don't know, maybe something that you really love starts trending and you can be like, heck yeah, let's make some stuff that's like this. Like, it should sell great, and it is 100% on brand with what I'm currently making. There are definitely times when maybe the stuff that you make does not correlate with what is trending, but you want it to work. I would say, like, I don't know, I've kind of, like, struggled with it a little bit, trying to navigate how to make that work. Like, I did want to make it work. So, for example, I would describe my brand, like, currently, my brand isn't currently extremely, like, colorful Western. Like, right now it's really just, like, colorful, fun, whimsical, maybe, like, party vibes, like, we're having a good time over here. Kind of that's, like, the vibe. And so, lots of colors, lots of, like, pink, maybe, like, yellow, lime green, like, these kind of colors. But then there was a point when I kind of wanted to do, like, Halloween stuff, and, like, my idea of Halloween is that, like, like, I feel like you should know what I'm talking about, maybe, like, classic pumpkin orange, black. There's, like, that certain kind of, like, dark, moody purple, Maybe a lime green. Like, I don't know. These are the colors that I think of when I think of Halloween, and it really doesn't go with my brand at all. Like, it's just, it doesn't match. It's very dark and moody. And then any other colors are probably also dark and moody. Like, I don't know if there was red in there. So I was like, how would I do that? Like, how would I like take these classic colors that you think of when you think of Halloween, and like, how do I even like do stuff in Halloween? It's so obvious, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like not 100% like there with like how to work with like branding sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just not really sure where to go, but like something that I've noticed with other people's work with like making it branded is like I can't really think of the actual like names of the brands, but what they do is they still continue to make stuff, like even if they're a very like uppity kind of like celebratory kind of just like good vibes happening brand, they still use like all of those same colors that they normally would, but they're just, you know, putting out stuff that is like, the icons are spiders, pumpkins, ghosts, all of that, like, and then like in the style of their brand too. So obviously you could have all kinds of ideas of like, I don't know, like, let's just say like kind of like looking at like illustration and like drawings. Like there's so many different ways that you could draw a ghost. Like you could make him super cutesy and fun. You could make him scary and maybe I don't know, maybe evil looking or something. I don't know. Maybe he's not having a good time. He wants to leave the party. But there's so many different ways that you can kind of like get the image of your brand through with those icons and your imagery, and celebrate different celebrate things that are trending, celebrate any kind of holiday, but still keep it on brand. And that's definitely like how you can do it. I'm not even like, I don't even think it's really that bad to say like, oh, like you want to have like this classic color, incorporated, like if you're talking about like, specific holidays. So, I don't know. I kind of want to like say like Christmas, like there's certain, you know, like deep saturated red. So I think what you could do is either like continue to like use a red, but use it in, you know, maybe it's like a little bit brighter, maybe it's, or a little bit darker, like adjusting it, but still red, so that it matches with your brand. Or you could possibly use that classic color that everybody thinks about, but tweak the colors that you use with it, so that they all just kind of like harmoniously match. Like you're still using that classic color, but the complementary or like kind of like accent colors that are going with it are matching very cohesively. And I feel like that can work too. So you don't have to do like one way of doing things. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. I've been like, I've been just like going off and like not even looking at the chat. Like I can't kind of see it. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here. I've just been like going off about like trends and like whatever. I'm so sorry. I've missed all of these chats. Oh my gosh. Hello. Wait, let me just take a minute. Let me see. Lots of about raid. Yeah, we're just we have 5 cowboy boots that we slab built. They're very wiggly right now. So they're not really peak trimming time, but we're just going to carve out a bit of the chunk that's in here. Kind of like this, just for now, until it dries a little bit more. So we're just gonna carve out that bulk into all of these. Today is just a little catch-up day for me because we have so many things like in progress. I didn't want to start something new. But yeah, right now we're just kind of, most of the time I just sit here and talk to myself. I don't have like too many chatters normally. So just kind of like talking about like some trends and maybe how to navigate that if you have a handmade or small business. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like still reviewing the chat. So yeah, we're just kind of working on this. The stream is really just supposed to be a look into a day of my life. So there's some people mistake them on YouTube as tutorials. They could be tutorials, but they're very long ones because we're working minute by minute live. But I don't know, a lot of people just kind of like tune in and do some chores maybe, or maybe they're making their own art along with me and we're just kind of chilling out here. Nothing too crazy happens on my streams. Yeah. I don't watch too many like Twitch streams or anything, but that's kind of like the feedback that I've gotten from people is that they just kind of like to have something on in the background. And yeah, I think most of my views really come from doing this and then posting it on YouTube, and then people can kind of course, like skip around. But yeah, it's just like an actual live stream of me working. Obviously, like the bulk of what we're doing on here is like building from scratch and trimming. We're not always doing like super exciting things like glazing, or like any crazy like decorating. I might do some glazing or underglazing on the stream, but it takes like a while. It takes a while to do because I do like brush on coats. So it's like after you do like maybe like the second coat, it takes a little bit for it to dry before you can put the next one on, and same thing with the underglaze. So it just kind of takes up a lot of time. And I don't know, I kind of feel like to a certain extent it's like kind of not that exciting to watch. And it also is confusing for me to keep track of like how many coats I do. At the moment, that's really how I decorate my pieces. I just use like underglaze or glaze. I don't really do any crazy stuff like washes, or I don't really do like colored clays or anything, or I have 2 clays, but they basically look the same. One happens to be better at throwing, And then the other one happens to be better with hand building and other reasons why I have two clays that look exactly the same. Yeah. And I just, so just like a little bit of a background. I'm not like a pro or anything. I'll just, be honest with you guys. I'm not a pro. I took 2 wheel throwing classes at a university that I worked at. And then, the panini stroke, the panini hit and, kind of broke up everything in the world. And, I had to stop taking classes. And then from there, I kind of like just carved out a space in my apartment and just started doing lots of hand building. I do have a wheel, but because it had been a couple years since I was doing wheel throwing and then I couldn't, I've kind of completely forgotten how to wheel throw. And I just don't want to do that on the stream yet because I might just be sitting there for like 20 minutes live streaming, like trying to center the clay or some kind of like struggle. And I just like, I don't really want to do that. So it's coming soon at some point. But for now, we just do some hand building here at my table. We stream for just an hour on weekdays from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. What else was I going to say about that? Yeah, it's just like during my lunch hour, during work that I do this. And then during work, I'm a graphic designer, but I love doing ceramics. All of my pieces I sell with my small business, Callie & Co. You can find like a link in my bio if you're watching on Twitch for that, or for people that will watch this later on YouTube, it's in the description. So is my Instagram if you want to check that out and see like actual finished pieces I've made. And I think it's kind of cool to like stream like the majority of the work that I make, because for one thing, I can go back and see like, how did I mess up? What did we do? Or like for you guys, like you can watch a piece, like basically the whole process of it from when we built it, to trimming, to possibly glazing. I don't always do glazing on the videos. And then afterwards we'll do kind of like a kiln reveal. And I'll show like maybe things like that went wrong, or any kind of updates. And yeah, it's really just kind of like a look into my practice and how I do things. Obviously, like, depending on like how many pieces you're working on, or just in general, there are all kinds of different ways that people will make ceramics. So this is just kind of like how I do things. And I don't know, I think that's maybe helpful for some people too, to kind of like learn from. Generally, during the streams, I'm just kind of chatting away. Mostly for like viewers on YouTube, or whoever is like just watching the stream but maybe not like saying things. I'll just kind of like chat about topics that are preferably ceramic related. Maybe it's just kind of generally art related, small business related, all of those things. I've got some updates that happen. So if maybe a piece broke or something, or cracked in between the time that, I don't know, maybe we made it and then bisqued it, I'll give an update on our projects, and anything else that's happening. Like if I make a new YouTube video and release that, I'll let you know. all those kinds of things. That's what we do here on the stream. And any heads up on if we, or whatever, like if I bring work to the studio, get fired, I'll just kind of give a heads up that we will be doing a, like kiln reveal, upcoming or something. I don't know, just all the things, little updates and such. Sometimes we get a chatter that pops in with some ceramic questions, and that is totally cool. I love to help if I can. I definitely have not been doing this for like a long time, so if I can help, I will, or maybe like give them some resources or something to check out, possibly. I watch a lot of other ceramic YouTubers, or I go on the ceramic Reddit a lot too, things like that. Any kind of resources I can think of that might help them. But yeah, that's what we do here. We've got about 10 minutes. I'm sorry. We got about 10 minutes to keep working on this, and then I have to go back to work. But yeah, I hope you guys stick around. Be sure to, I don't know, follow along if you want to check out more of the streams that I make, or check out my YouTube. We have over 117 live streams on YouTube. So you can really pick and choose what you want to see me make. We have experimented with lots of different like slab building, coil building, pitch potting, all kinds of stuff like that. Again, it's a little bit more rare to see me glaze or do any underglaze, but there are videos of that on there. I actually have like a whole playlist on my page for just the live stream. So it's really easy for you to just, I don't know, maybe go to the first one or something and then just hit play, and then it just keeps going. That's what I like when I am working, is like, I hate it when like the YouTube videos are like 15 minutes long, and like every 15 minutes I have to go and like find another video to watch, stuff like that. So my YouTube is at Callie & Co. That's linked in the in my profile and in the description for anyone watching on YouTube or whatever. I guess if you're on YouTube, that doesn't really make sense. Okay. Anyway, my channel also has some YouTubers that I recommend as well, like the ones that I watch all the time. And you know, they have some great videos for like how-tos, or maybe it's just kind of like informational stuff about ceramics, which is super cool. Yeah. Well, do we have any other, I don't know, I just kind of want to hear from you guys. We have so many more people than I usually have on here. Do you guys make some ceramics or any other art? I see we've got, someone said, I think they do some ceramics. Someone said they really like food. I'm not sure what, I don't know, that sounds so random. I'm not sure. Tell me the things. Do you have a small business? I know like some people will make art, but they won't like sell it exactly. Or maybe they're like scared to like kind of like put themselves out there like that. I know some people are kind of scared to post artwork on like social media. I feel like they probably, I don't know, I'm not sure. I feel like they would also be like scared to like open a shop with their work, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like it's not as scary as you think. Especially if you want to like post your work on Instagram. Like, I know it can definitely be like scary to post your work in certain places, but Instagram, I feel like from my experience, people are very nice on there, and I would say that it's pretty unlikely that someone would be mean, like comment something mean on your Instagram. I think I don't know because my Instagram isn't like crazy poppin' or anything. Maybe if you're like really popular, like you would get those kind of people. Like if you had like a really popular YouTube, you know, you would definitely be getting some bad comments in there. But I think if you're starting out, I don't think you should have to worry about that. I think it would be okay if that's kind of like a worry. Definitely certain places, like if you posted your work on Reddit, there are definitely mean people there. And you kind of just have to, I don't know, I think maybe know that going in to it. But yeah. Sorry, I've completely forgotten what we were talking about with we were talking about like trends and all of that. But yeah, if we don't have any people that are ready to just kind of like jump in the chat, we can kind of go back to that conversation. Yeah. Just kind of saying stuff about like how to incorporate different trends, like into like how to make that into like your brand style. It's something that I was kind of like struggling with before, but I feel like I have a good idea of how to like manage that. Because like we're we're generally talking about trends earlier, and if something is not really, it's not quite meshing with the stuff that you make, I definitely wouldn't like force it, like try to make it work. But I think there are certain things, like it's good to kind of like be on top of trends, just kind of like be like in the know about like what's happening. And I don't know, like I already mentioned that it's good to be like in the know, because then like if something is like perfectly within your wheelhouse, like I mentioned, I love kind of like the trending like very girly, bright, colorful cowboy boots. Like this is 100% like something that I love, and I don't know why, but like why I didn't think about making something that was like a cowboy boot earlier. Like I don't know why I didn't think about it. But here we are. I've finally gotten there. And we're gonna make some like cute little cowboy boots. These are sorry, I forgot to mention, these are going to be like trinket dishes, or like a jewelry dish. That's the idea. They will be food safe, so I mean it's going to be small. But if you want to put food in it, I guess you could do that. Like there's nothing wrong with doing that, because what we're going to do with these, and the majority of the trinket dishes that I've made on the stream, my idea is to do some underglaze, and then on top of that is going to be a clear coat of glaze. Certain glazes are not recommended for food, but clear glaze, totally fine. Yeah, so that's kind of like my idea. I don't have any like anything else that like any details on like exactly how I'm going to do this. Definitely some pink boots. I feel like I need like a hot pink but I don't have that in underglaze right now. So I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to decorate these. That's generally something that I do off stream, is kind of like figure out how exactly things are going to be decorated. Lots of Pinterest boards and things will be up on my laptop while I kind of like try to get some ideas. And any kind of like long decision making, I don't like to do that on the stream. Sorry, I've just realized that we can carve a lot deeper because we're on the front. Anyway, like anything that has to do with like decision making, I try to keep it off the stream. Like, how am I going to glaze all of these pieces? Like, I don't like I'll just sit there and like be in silence for like 20 minutes. So I try to keep like any of that kind of off the stream, and I try to mix things up and make things exciting. We've made a lot of slab built trinket dishes currently. We've done a lot. I hope it's not getting too boring for anybody that watches me frequently. But I tried to do something different. I'm really not like a hand builder. I was like really trained in like doing wheel throwing. Like that's what I took my classes in. So I don't always know what I'm doing with the hand building. Like anything that is more 3D than this is probably a struggle. Maybe that's entertaining for you. I don't know. Or maybe there are people that would just be like screaming through their screen, like, what are you doing? You're doing it wrong. I don't know. But the coil building has definitely been a struggle. I have a few pieces that we did coil build on the stream, and they cracked in different places, and I don't really know how to fix it exactly, like how to do that better. So I'm very honest with when we're working on things, like, hey guys, this is not a tutorial. I do not know what I'm doing, and this might turn out badly. Like, very, very honest. And any of those things, a while ago I was mentioning our slab built cups that we made, and I was able to save one of them with some bisque fix. Very luckily. I was not going to do it. I was going to scrap all of them, but I was able to save one. But that's kind of like an example of the updates that I'll have. So usually it's at the beginning of our streams, I'll throw in any updates that we have, like, hey guys, we built like 4 cups on the stream, but I've scrapped them all because they broke. Like, just in case you're wondering what happened to them and why they're not in the shop update or something. Like, so many things. Lots of things have been cracking, and I don't know. I try to watch how other people make things on YouTube, but I could definitely do more of that. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's kind of like a lack of hand building on YouTube. There certainly is not like really any on Skillshare. Because I don't know, I just feel like everybody wants to watch wheel throwing, which is so valid. I love wheel throwing. I love that too, but I really need like a little bit more guidance on like how to correct some of these things. But yeah, so sometimes we're a little bit experimental, and I will note if it's something that I've never done before and we're just gonna see how it goes, I might be trying out like a different like kind of like method and how to build something. I definitely have done some like Frankensteining different things, like cutting pieces out, putting it together. I don't know why, it feels wrong. Like it feels like it's going to crack later. It just doesn't quite feel like it's going to make it. So I don't know. Actually, some of that Frankenstein has actually gone really well. Which is, I don't know. I'm always surprised. But yeah, that's just kind of what we do here on the stream. It's a lot more chill than many Twitch streams I feel like I've seen on YouTube. I feel like some can be very, very crazy, but I also really don't I don't have too many people that normally watch. But yeah, love to see it. Love to see you guys. I don't know, asking questions or whatever. Having a good time over there in the chat. Sometimes I don't really know what some of those comments are saying, but that's okay, I think. Okay. I'm so sorry. I love to have you guys here, but we're at time and I have to go back to work now. But I hope you follow along on the channel. Tune in tomorrow for our stream that is starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And then we really only stream for an hour. I know it's a lot shorter than most streamers, but it's kind of during my lunch hour, so I can't really make it longer. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy to see you guys here. And check out my YouTube at Callie & Co. It's spelled the same as this channel. And there, again, you can find our live stream playlist and then other videos. I do have a few ceramic tutorials. I'm planning on making more, so be sure to subscribe. And then I do have some other video topics too that involve like small handmade businesses or videos that are talking about just kind of like general topics any artist might be interested in, specifically my art book tour. I have practiced in all kinds of different media. And just recently started to focus on ceramics. So I have so many art books. I just wanted to like kind of like share those. So just, I don't know, please check it out. And yeah, leave the video a thumbs up if you are watching on YouTube. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye.